Welcome to another SQL tutorial series. Today I'll be talking about database operation in SQL, and I'll be listing out 4 database operations and their syntax. Number 1, create database, to create a database in MySQL. Number 2, drop database, to delete a database. Number 3, select database, to retrieve data from a database. Number 4, list all database. My name is Abdulkadir Salami. Let's get to it. Welcome to another SQL video. Today we'll be talking about database operation in SQL. And then I have like 4 key database operation I'll be talking about. We have create data, drop data, select data, and list all data. Then I have a bonus tutorial, so please just watch the video to the end. So right now, let's talk about the first database operation, which is to create data. So to do that in MySQL, this is the process. Create database, then you give it your database name, but right now I'm using data as the database name. So let's execute it. Perfect, that is done. So you can refresh to confirm it. As you can see, we already have it here highlighted as data. So that's number 1. So let's move to the number 2. To select data means to make your database default, because right now I have a lot of database in my schemas. So now to select database means to make data, which is my database name, the default database MySQL should use. So now I can use data, then execute. As you can see, it's highlighted. So which means among all the database I have right now, MySQL is using data as the default. So that's how use database work. So right now, let's talk about how to list all database. That's number 3. To list all database in MySQL, so you have to use show database, and then you execute. So what this does is that it displays all your database right here. All the database you have in your schemas, you can see everything right here. So you can scroll up and you can scroll up. So right now, this is data. That's the one I'm working on right now. So that's how it works. Now, to drop database means to delete database. So right now, to drop database, all I have to do is to type drop database, then the name of the database, so which is data, then let's execute it. So that's it. That's it. So that's how it works. So I've dropped the database, and that's it. So now let's talk about how to make database read only. Okay, let's assume that you are working in your SQL editor from where you can execute your MySQL commands. Keep in mind that usually when we create a database, it comes with read-write accessibility by default. So for now, let's assume that the default status of a newly created database is read-write enabled. To convert the database into read-only state, that is the next step now. So that's the bonus tutorial. So now let's do that. Now to convert it from read-write accessibility, which is the default setting, to read-only. Now to do that, first we have to create a database. Create database data. So let's execute it. Now we have a database called data. So let's refresh so we can see that. So as you can see, our data is here in the schema. So now let's make our data read only, because on default setting, it comes with read write accessibility. But now let's convert it to read only. Now to do that, all you have to do is to type alter database, and then what's the database name? That's data. Then read only is equals to 1. Now let's execute it. Perfect. As you can see, from the action output is done, as you can see. So it's 100% executed. So now to confirm, because when your database is read only, what it means is that you don't have the right to modify. You cannot drop your database like delete. You cannot do one or two things in the database because it's just read only. So now to confirm if this is read only, let's try and drop the data. Let's delete it and see. So now let's use drop database data. As you can see, this is the error is given. Schema data is in read-only mode. So what it means is that you cannot touch this database. You cannot delete it. You cannot make any adjustment. So that is what it means. So now let's convert it to read-write accessibility so we can delete and do other things we want to do. So now to do that, let's go back again. So we use our alter database, then the database name, which is data. So read only is equals to 0. Now let's execute it. Perfect. So as you can see from here, it's done. One row affected. So now let's drop it and see. So drop database data. That's it. It's done. So the whole picture here is that when you have read-write accessibility, which is 0, it gives you the opportunity to drop your data, to modify your data, to rename and do whatever you want to do. But when you have read only, which is 1, it restricts your movement from dropping the data, deleting the data. It doesn't give you room to do anything. So it just means the database is just there. You cannot do nothing. So that's just the bonus tutorial. So in summary, like I said, the whole picture here is how to make a database read-only and how to convert it from read and write accessibility, which is by default, to read-only. Thank you very much. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Thank you.